Good morning. My name is Robin Fritz. I'm the Practical Intuitive, and welcome to Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. Today, I want to talk about body, mind, and spirit tips for working with our fear and dealing with the coronavirus. And I want to get started quickly with a grounding and balancing exercise that we can all do, and then just talk briefly about things that we can do for body, mind, and spirit. Hi, thanks for chiming in. Also, I want to invite everyone who's interested to join my free intuitive class. The second in the series starts at noon today, and I'll tell you later how to get in touch with me if you haven't already signed up for it. So, welcome again to Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. My name is Robin Fritz. I'm based in Seattle, Washington, in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. And today I want to talk about body, mind, and spirit, how we can deal with the coronavirus and what that means for us in our daily lives. So first, let's try a brief grounding and balancing exercise. You can do this at any time of the day, regardless of what's going on. But I recommend that you do it first thing in the morning before you even get out of bed, and last thing at night as you get settled back down to sleep. So you can imagine a grounding line running from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet and back up again. And as you allow the energy to run through you, allow it to help you release the cares of the day, the busyness of the day, everything that led up to that moment, even just waking up, right? Everything that you dreamt during the night, whatever, and just allow yourself to get settled back into our body. Right now, as the world is dealing a lot with fear, we tend to be out of our bodies in a fight or flight reflex, and we can't have that. So imagine, if you will, a grounding line, and imagine it starting at the top of your head, running down your face, your shoulders, chest, hips, knees, and feet. The top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And then as you reverse that line from your feet, past your knees, hips, chest, shoulders, face, and the top of your head. Now, if you've been in other videos or workshops or private sessions with me, you know I usually do this with my crystal partner, Fallon, the citrine Lemurian quartz, who's in the other room running a lot of energy for us right now. You can do this with any crystal. Crystals are great for grounding and balancing. They're great for looking at them physically and realizing that you've made a choice to incorporate more things in your life that bring you balance, that bring you grounding, that bring you connection with the planet around you, and crystals are great for that. I also use like lavender, for example. So you can run that exercise and imagine as that goes down, you can, however your intuition runs, you can see or feel or know or just hear the energy moving, just releasing the blocks, and then you can invite yourself to feel yourself, the cleared self, up with healthy energy. And during the day, just close your eyes for a moment and let that happen again, and it will really help you stay balanced and grounded. So today, what I want to talk about again, in a little bit more detail, is my concern with what's going on in the world with the coronavirus in terms of our basic, excuse me, ability to ground and balance ourselves. Hi, and thanks for joining. And I'm getting used to getting back into doing Facebook after many weeks off, dealing with my own illness during this time. So each week I come here on Facebook to offer thoughts about how we can work with our eternal souls, really, in getting ourselves grounded and balanced in our daily lives, in learning to separate love from fear and understanding what is love and what is fear, and how we can incorporate those ideas into our daily actions. As humans, our souls chose to come into human bodies, and the human body is a really, really difficult thing to work with. So know that if you're struggling as a human, it's because you chose a really, really difficult task. Being human is not easy. It doesn't make you better or worse than any other being on the planet. It just means that you have more doubts about who you are and where you're going in the universe, because humans think a lot. My mom used to tell me I thought too much. She said that from the time I was 4. Actually, she had a pretty good point. But what I do here is to offer you thoughts and my experiences and the experiences of clients and friends out there in the world on how we can be our best selves, how we can bring body, mind, and spirit together to be the best that we can be at any given moment. Does that make us perfect? No. Does it make us better? Yes. Everything we do to make ourselves better, to grow our souls, to learn from mistakes, to cherish the triumphs, to cherish daily life with those that we love, even if we're just all alone by ourselves right now in lockdown. And I have been for many months with me, my dog, and my cat. So I know what it's like. I'm out there with you. But what I'm seeing more and more around the world, especially in the United States, is this rising fear that is canceling out common sense and canceling out our ability to come together as a community. And that frustrates and disturbs me. And that's why I want to give you some ideas. So, hi, thanks for joining. Please, if you're watching, say hello. Tell me where you're joining from. If you have any questions, there's a good place to ask them. I'm trying to keep these Facebook Lives briefer because the longer I talk, the more I cough. So here's the thing. If you live in the United States, and I know these videos go worldwide, but if you live in the United States, you know that we have 5% of the world's population and 25% of the coronavirus cases. This is insane, people. And it's because of fear. And we can talk about politics. You can talk about your political mindset. You can talk about anything, but really the difference is fear. Fear causes people to be unreasonable. Fear causes people to pull back, and that fight or flight response is like, you can't tell me what to do, because people are so unbalanced, so ungrounded that they can't stop to think clearly. And that grounding and balancing exercise that I ran through at the beginning of the video, it's a great thing to do when you start thinking about your so-called political thoughts and what's going on with the virus, because the virus has nothing to do with politics. And our response to it has everything to do with fear. So I've said to a number of people, if this current group of Americans, including myself, all the way down and all the way up to those older than me, if we had fought World War II, we would have lost. And what is it that separates us from our parents and our grandparents and those people who shouldered the burden of a world war? And I believe that we're thinking too much about what we're afraid of and not enough about what we love. That's one huge subject right there. So if you're afraid, if you don't know what to do, if you're concerned and you buy into conspiracy theories that everybody's out to get you, what you're forgetting is that this thing came basically out of nowhere. No one had seen it before. No one knew how to deal with it. And everybody tried to do their best, even when politics got in the way. Did our leaders, did our health officials make mistakes? Huge mistakes, many, many mistakes. But you also saw people you never heard of around the world and here in the United States step up to the plate as elected officials, as health officials, as ordinary citizens, and say enough is enough, pay attention. And it isn't just the virus, it's the social unrest that comes from people going, okay, I'm looking around at the world and seeing something different, and I want something different for myself, for the people who come after me. It's all part of growth. It's all part of the evolution of our souls during this time, and we're all here sharing it together. So the conspiracy theories, just let go of them. Look at yourselves, look at the world around you as compassionate, as people trying to do their best. As in the United States, a healthcare system that was built for profit that couldn't handle a pandemic, and the only way to save lives was to shut everything down for a while. So how do you deal with that fear? How do you get past that fear? You can say, I'm a loving person, I'm full of compassion, I'm full of love. But how does it work in practice? Okay, so let's talk briefly some body, mind, spirit tips. And hi, North Carolina, awesome. My best friend and her family live in North Carolina, and I have actually been there a number of times. So thanks for joining in. So if you're looking at your body and how to deal with not just the virus, but the environment in the world right now that's creating this fear of this unknown thing, right? Stay healthy. I know. The woman who's been coughing since March says stay healthy. They haven't figured out why I'm coughing, and I gave up asking. Um, and I'm just moving forward, but I'm doing everything I can to stay healthy. And I invite you to do that too, because ultimately, whether you stay healthy or not doesn't mean you're not going to get the virus, but it does mean that you will be able to move forward in your life the best way possible. And we all know that good health is part of that. So eat and drink wisely, get exercise, do what you can for your family, and, you know, look around at the people around you. Do they need something? You know, and it's like asking people, how are you? How are you really? How are you really doing? And, you know, and just being compassionate. And that's also body, mind, and spirit. But wear the goddamn mask, for heaven's sakes. It's not that hard. I've been wearing a mask since the first part of March. I was wearing a mask before anybody else was. I'd been trying to tell people the virus was coming since January. I've been wearing a mask. When I go out and take my dog out, I put one in my pocket because our street is temporarily and hopefully permanently closed, which means only locals can walk here at the beach. And so I don't really run into people that much. But if you're out there and you can't stay away from people, wear a mask. Sacrifice. That means, yeah, you don't get to have big parties with people. It means you use common sense to protect your body, which means you're using your common sense to protect everyone else's as well. Create rituals for yourself. Create body rituals. Salt. Take a salt bath every day. Or I have a shaker of sea salt in my bath, and I use it every day. Every day in the shower, just throw a handful of sea salt over myself. Sea salt is a traditional grounding and clearing device, and it reminds you that you're doing something to protect your body during this time, to keep your body healthy, so that you can contribute to the world as we go through this and as we climb out of it, because we are climbing out of it. We will. So mind, body, mind, spirit tips. Mind, relieve your stress. Get rest. Stay grounded and balanced. If you feel yourself tipping into fear, that's your astral body taking itself away from you. That's your soul going, oh, what's going on? Bring it back down. Do whatever you can to stay grounded and balanced. I wear crystals. I have crystals around the house. Again, lavender, sea salt. All things that remind me physically, by their physical presence, that I have chosen this life where intuition and healing, which are natural to all of us, are a fundamental part of my life and a fundamental part of viewing the world from an aspect of love, right? You can do it too. So that would be the spirit. Sorry, I started to cough again. So spirit techniques, create a ritual there as well, that our mind techniques, create a ritual there that helps keep your mind clear. And spirit, okay? Spirit, recognize that first, we are souls. We have chosen this human body to have an experience. But we are also bodies, right? And there are too many intuitives out there that are saying, oh, it's all spirit and it's all ascension. And I don't even know what they're talking about. And plus, nobody can even define spirit for me, right? So have a sense of humor. Look at what spirit will tell you, body, mind, and spirit. Look at what your soul is trying to tell you, and ask your soul to help you stay grounded in your body and create rituals that support that. Again, more healing. Create a mantra, if you will. I am healthy, you are healthy, we are healthy together. We are calm together. We are creating a new world order together. Whatever it takes for you to stay grounded and balanced in the time of crisis. So also really work on your energy boundaries. If you're feeling like you're tipping into conspiracy theories, if you feel like you're really scared, I know people that have yet to go to the grocery store since the 1st of March. They're having groceries delivered. I won't do that. I schedule time to do those things for myself, but that's me, right? But energy boundaries is something that we can all do. You know, our energy body is itself a sentient being, just like we are. It's part of us. Most of us have not learned how to connect with our energy body, so we don't know even what it looks like. And so you can get to the admiral advanced stage that people like I am and know that we haven't been working on our energy bodies for decades, right? And that's part of what we're covering in my free class briefly. But just allow yourself to get grounded and balanced. Allow yourself to imagine yourself with an energy body that's both protecting you and serving you, right? Helping you to explore the world and allowing the world to only get so far in exploring you, right? So that you're not absorbing the fear and anxiety of everyone around us. So you're creating that energy shield that maybe will help keep evil away from you, including the virus, which is the most evil thing I have ever encountered in my lifetime. So work on those energy boundaries, people. And if it's nothing more than encasing yourself in a bar of light or something like that, that's good for a start. But remember, as you're doing that in the spirit sense, also remember that we all have spiritual team members, spirit guides, if you will. Invite a spirit guide to step in and help you get and stay grounded and balanced in these really remarkably difficult times that we live in. And those tips, body, mind, and spirit tips, should help you get grounded and stay grounded and balanced. And above all, have a sense of humor. There are things that I do in my practice that I go like, wow, really? And the sense of humor keeps me going. I know it will help you as well. So you can find me here on Facebook at The Practical Intuitive, Robin M. Fritz. You can find me at my website, robynfritz.com. It's ROBYNFRITZ.com. Because our times are so remarkably different than anything we've experienced before, I am offering a free intuitive mentoring program. It started last Monday, offering it on Zoom. If you want to join it, the second class is today, 12 noon Pacific time. Send me your email at my Facebook page or send me an email at my website. Tell me you want to be part of the class. And if you don't join live, you'll get a recording of it, assuming recording works. And right now with the new computer, I'm not assuming anything, but we're joining together and really helping people learn to use their intuition. Your intuition is not a gift. It's an innate skill that we all have. So are your healing abilities. The problem is we haven't learned how to use those skills, those innate abilities. So that's what we're doing in the class. Very practical, very grounded, very useful for whatever you're doing, whether you're home right now, unemployed, waiting for the economy to open up more, whether you're working, whatever you're doing, staying grounded and balanced, body, mind, and spirit, learning to use and work with your intuition and your healing abilities. These are the things that will help get you through. So I want to thank you for joining me today. If you like these broadcasts, please like the Om Times Magazine page. There are other pages, Om Times Radio, Humanity Healing, my own page, The Practical Intuitive. If you have questions, things you'd like me to cover in future broadcasts, type them in here. I have switched from one page to another, so it's hard sometimes for people to find me, but for right now, I'm here at Om Times Magazine. And the people who created that are amazing people, gifted, loving, kind, and it's created a wonderful forum for us to connect with each other. So you get wrapped up into conspiracy theories, dump them, and come to the Om Times pages. Come into my page and ask a question. Be strong. Practice these tips. Come up with more on your own, and let me know what you're thinking. So I want to thank you again for joining me today. Again, you can find me at my website, robynfritz.com. I offer personal and business intuition, mediumship, animal communication, space clearing, Wow. Past life regression, a process called soul progression clearing, and of course, that free online mentoring program. So, thanks for joining me today. I will be back here next Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And again, my class starts not quite 40 minutes from now. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for chiming in.